Welcome to Synergy. That was pretty awesome. In case you guys were wondering, I wasn't really playing there live, just in case there was any confusion there. So welcome. My name is Tom Wentworth. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Ektron. This slide looked a lot funnier back in the office. A little embarrassing now, frankly. If you want to tweet me, I'm at twentworth12 on Twitter, and you can reference this embarrassing picture that we used. So let's talk about Synergy. We choose to use the name Synergy on purpose. It's actually a really great word, and I think it describes the benefits that you guys will all see from participating at this conference, right? So it's the combined effect that we get when we bring in our best customers, with our brightest engineers, with our best partners, and bringing you guys all together, I think, does produce a synergy effect. So it is, in my mind, a great way to describe the benefit that we'll see here at this conference. And by the way, this is a massive conference. I mean, this is the biggest audience I've ever spoken to by far. We've got 397 of you guys here. And how do I know that? Because we cannot literally have any more than 397. We will get kicked out of the Bellagio. So record attendance, we sold out. And what's great, too, is we've got a worldwide audience. So we've got 40 out of the 50 states, I believe. We've got representation from Western Europe, the UK, Belgium, Switzerland, Austria. We've even got representation from Australia. Where are my Australia friends at? Oh, they were out too late last night. They're not here. They told me they would be here this morning. They let me down. If you see our Australian friends, tell them they missed our opening. All right, so lots of people here, which is great, worldwide audience. Also, it's a great mix of attendees, right? So we've got lots of developers here. How many of you guys are developers? Raise your hand. Great, cool. How many of you guys are more on the marketing side or business side? Right, so it's a pretty equal mix, right? And I think that's what's great about Synergy. We cater to, obviously, you hardcore Ektron developers, marketing people, managerial people, the doers out there. It's a pretty wide range of audiences, which is great. And what, of course, we'd like to do tonight is celebrate. We're going to the Bank, an amazing nightclub here at the Bellagio. Normally, I can't get in a nightclub, so I'm really excited about being able to get into this one without there being any sort of issue. A lot of Ektron employees tested this out last night, so it's a nice nightclub. Hopefully, most of them are still here today. So we look forward to celebrating with you all, and please join us tonight, 7 o'clock to whenever the last drink is, I guess, on the table. So really excited about that. So talking a little bit about the event itself, I think one-on-ones and lunch and learns are one of your favorite activities, and we've brought them back again for Synergy 2011. So a one-on-one is something you can schedule with really anybody here at the conference, ranging from Bill, our founder, all the way on down to our engineers and developers. We've created this great place where you can just schedule time to talk about anything that's important to you. We've suggested some topics up here on the slide, but if you've got any sort of question, make sure you don't leave Synergy without that question being answered. It's exactly why we've created that format. We also have these birds of a feather type lunches where we've got lunches organized around different themes. A theme might be Framework API or eSync or Microsoft Azure, cloud support. So feel free to find the right table for you, sit at that table, and it should be, again, a great way for you to talk about some topics that are relevant to you. Thanks to our sponsors, of course. Appreciate our sponsors. We wouldn't be here if not for our sponsors. They're all exhibiting right back outside of this room. Special thanks to PR Newswire, who sponsored our reception last night, which was a great reception. Also, special thanks to Amix as our top-level sponsors. Really appreciate their level of involvement. And for all of our sponsors, definitely make sure you take some time out of your day just to sit down, talk with them, ask them what they do and how they work with Ektron. I think it'll be a great discussion. All right, so I'm the CMO, but I'm also a former math major. And in my senior year statistics course, we did the whole course based off of the math of gambling. So I'm very well equipped to give you guys a little bit of gambling advice to save, hopefully, some dollars from you. So first, slot machines. Any guys out there play slot machines? Just give me your money then. I'll take it. It's a better investment for you. Slot machines are engineered to pay back, basically, for every $100 you spend, they'll pay back $90 to $97 Not terrible, but you're basically just guaranteed to lose money. It's not a matter of if, it's just how fast, right? Pretty bad investment. Blackjack, blackjack players out there? If you play blackjack perfectly, there's more than that. I just saw a few people, please. 95 to 98% payback if you play perfectly, right? So if you double down at the right time, if you split at the right time, if you count cards, you can even maybe get the odds a little bit higher, but that would be illegal. Blackjack, but not great, right? Roulette, terrible. You know why roulette's terrible? It's those two little green numbers, 0 and 00. I know they kind of look fun, but they're the ones that kill your checking account because you can never win at roulette because of just the odds really don't work out. So why am I telling you this? Because frankly, you guys should not gamble at all and spend your time in our sessions. All right? If you really want to lose your money, give it to me. I'll donate to charity for you. I'll buy myself a new shirt or something. It's a better use of your money. So great keynotes. We brought some great experts to talk about our technology. Later today, we've got Jeff Fry, who's the web services manager at Rice University. Jeff's a great speaker. He's a longtime Ektron customer, and he's going to share some of his best practices and lessons learned. I think all of you will find it a very educational and informative session, and we're really excited that Jeff was able to participate. Tomorrow, we're going to be joined by Nicole Dennell, who's the Director of America's ISV at Microsoft. And Nicole is going to talk about the Microsoft Windows Azure platform, which is a fantastic cloud computing platform that Bill is going to share some news with you just in a few minutes. We're going to learn a lot about Microsoft Azure and what you're going to be able to do when you combine Ektron with Microsoft Azure. Of course, we've got great sessions. So we've organized our sessions around 3 themes. Those themes are developers, marketers, and innovation. So developers, obvious. There's a ton of good sessions here for developers. You're going to be absolutely blown away by the level of effort our engineering team put into building these presentations. So I think you'll be thrilled. Marketing, obvious, great sessions for marketing, talking about how you can use Ektron technologies for your digital marketing strategies. And then lastly, innovation's kind of a catch-all track, a little bit of business, a little bit of technology. Read the session descriptions, and you'll get a good feel of what that track's all about. So lots of great sessions, and again, a highlight of the event. Another thing we did this year is we instead of doing a lot of printed material, we did a mobile site. So if you go right now, if our Wi-Fi is working, by the way, our Wi-Fi, we know we've had some problems. We will get those fixed as quickly as possible. Hope it's working now. If it's not, hopefully your mobile data service is working. We had a great site, synergy.ektron.com, where you can find our agenda, you can find speaker bios, you can find our sponsor information, an event map, all of course built on Ektron. So we put this together over the last couple of weeks. And this will be the place to go to get the most up-to-date information about Synergy. And in fact, as you go to the sessions, you can even rate and comment on those sessions that you attend right from that mobile Synergy app. So it's kind of a cool experience. What happens in Vegas normally stays in Vegas, not here. What happens on Vegas is right now going on Ustream to about 4,000 potential people viewing this conference over the internet. It's going to be captured in many forms. So we've created a format here in a team that's going to be really focused on capturing your stories. There's a few ways we're going to do it. If you go to synergy.ektron.com, we've announced something called the Synergy Challenge. And the Synergy Challenge is basically a challenge to you to really share some of the learnings and best practices that you've gathered at the user conference with your peers, with other people that couldn't unfortunately be here, in the forms of things like tweeting and blogging. We've got a hashtag on Twitter, at Ektron, or hashtag Ektron Synergy, blogging, sharing videos. We have a team here that will be recording video case studies and sort of man-on-the-street style interviews. And what we're going to do is we're going to capture all of the things that you guys do for us, and we're going to have sort of a scoreboard and a reward program. So the more that you interact with us, there's sort of a nice little leaderboard you're going to see. It's cool. So go to synergy.ektron.com. You'll see a little link up there that says the Synergy Challenge, and it's just going to be a great place to share your stories with the broader Ektron community at large. All right, so I'm done. With that, what I'd like to do is announce Ektron's founder and CEO, Bill Rogers. Thank you. Good luck, Bill.
Thanks, everyone. Can you hear me? Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming to Synergy. We at Ektron are excited to have you here. We're excited about these events that you're going to see, and we're excited that we're going to be able to learn a lot together. But let's look back at 2011 and understand some of the things that have happened in 2011 that's driven our product direction, it's driven our strategy for partnerships, and we're going to also show off what's a few things that are going to happen that's new. So if you think about part of our product strategy and you think about what Ektron's been thinking a lot about, it's a lot about context. So without context, your users come to your site and they experience the same web page. They experience the same user experience, no matter what they come from, what type of device that they use, or where they came from. But in Ektron 8.5, we've added a lot in context. We know things about that user that comes there. We know the geo-IP address, so that we know what company they came from. If we know the company, we know what industry that they've come from. We know things about their social context. So we also know things like what keywords they use from Google search to come to that site. Again, with context, you can drive a much better user experience to these users. Other themes in 2011 was for Ektron to work as an enterprise solution so that we can help drive your digital marketing strategies. Another theme that we had in 2011 was we wanted to develop the best user experience for developers and partners of any CMS that's out in the marketplace. The analysts have been praising Ektron. The two largest analyst firms, Forrester and Gartner, have been praising Ektron. We show up in the Gartner Magic Quadrant. In fact, we show up in 3 of the Gartner Magic Quadrants, 2 of them related to social context. The Forrester Wave report actually ranks Ektron as the highest vendor in CMS for the concept of experience management. Media companies like Forbes and Mashable talk about Ektron and how we have the device detection and the context of that content. So all very important concepts there, but wait until you see what we're going to talk about next, about context. We're also very excited. We just found out, we worked very, very hard with this. How many people here are in healthcare? A number of you. And healthcare has been an area that we've put a lot of focus in. And we were very fortunate, went through an exhaustive number of tests and demonstrations to prove to the American Hospital Association. And what we were able to do was we were exclusively endorsed web content management product for the American Hospital Association. So we're excited about that. We had a lot of customers that came on board in 2011. And some of these great customers that are on board that joins the family are companies like Wendy's and PayPal and Fairmont Hotels and the Department of Defense. So we're excited with these and all the other customers. We're excited with all of you that are here and working with Ektron. We learn from you, and it drives our product direction as well. Key to our strategy is these partnerships, because Ektron by itself can't answer your solution that you need to do for delivering a marketing solution for whether it's your website, whether it's your mobile delivery, whether it's your video delivery. Our partners are here, and really take some time and spend some time with our partners that are here. Our integration partners are key to our strategy as well. Spend time with them, understand what they do, and we'll be working with you. And these partners, you're going to see a number of more that are going to be coming on by the end of 2011 and 2012. So we love 8.5. If you look in your bags, you're going to see a little pin that's I love 8.5. 8.5 is the most significant release in Ektron's history. And one of the cool things that you're going to see here, if you start using it, if you're a developer, is the framework API. What the framework APIs do for you is that they provide a whole new level for interacting with a web content management system. It eliminates so much of the work that you have to do that you would have had it done before. Ultimately, a lot less lines of code, which means you can develop much faster. We've also included a UI framework as well. So the UI framework for building sites, you can build out consistency. It just makes your job a lot easier. But that UI framework is core to what we're doing next. It's allowing us to build the next generation work area that will be persona-driven authoring environments for you so that you can deliver the right type of authoring experience to the right persona in your organization. We've refined the work area so that it's easier to work and interact in the work area. You have a better concept and context of what you're doing within the work area itself. We added new search. Now search, we've built on top of the Microsoft search technology. We introduced Search Server as part of 8.5 release, Search Server Express as part of the 8.5 release. But let me talk to you a few more seconds and a few more slides of where we're going with search as well. It's pretty exciting. When we talk about context, search can provide context and actually can be the tool that drives a lot of the experience to a website. And we'll get into that in a second. We added three-tier architecture. So a three-tier architecture is core when you want to have the ultimate security or the ultimate performance. In fact, one of the things that you're going to see in the next demonstration that combines the framework API, it combines Microsoft MVC, it combines links, and it combines Razor. One of the next presenters, if you're a developer, should look and see what Derek's doing. He has a complete demo site that you can take and walk away with and be able to try out these new technologies, which from talking to developers are very excited to be able to interact with. We're built on .NET 4.0. Not only the .NET 4.0 framework, but the most advanced Microsoft Sync framework as well. So we've upgraded to the latest technologies with the Microsoft frameworks. So now let's talk a little bit about search. So we'll be introducing and demonstrating at this event. There's Steve Mann and Chris Banner are going to be talking about search. We're introducing Microsoft Fast. It's the next revolution in search. Microsoft Fast is the best search for the enterprise, rated by Gartner, than any other search in the industry. It's going to change the way people find information. If you look at how little time people spend on a website, you've got to get the information that's relevant to them as fast as possible to them. It introduces things like faceted navigation or metadata navigation. It introduces the concept of topic pages and dynamic topic pages. It introduces the concept of personalization and recommendations. It introduces the concept of federation. So if you have multiple websites and you want to federate across multiple websites into one search experience, you're going to be able to do this with Fast. Fast is very key to some of the strategy of what we're going to be bringing to the market next. Another exciting area that we're bringing to marketplace is this digital experience hub. Through the context bus, we now know a lot more and can drive context. All of you have CRM systems, ERP systems, you have systems for marketing optimization tools, you have analytic tools. The context bus is going to do is allow us to be able to leverage that information and drive just amazing experiences to these users. What if you have a customer that's coming to your site and that customer has already bought your products? If you're showing that same experience to every user, then you're losing out on conversion rates, because why show them something about a product when maybe you want to show them on modules that they don't own, or you're going to upsell them to training classes. Now with context, you really can drive the right experience to the right device, to the right user. And this context bus is going to revolutionize how that's going to be done. This will be out in Q1 in 2011. Search you can go and play with now. We'll be able to have release candidates in November with fast search. We're also excited to announce the Ektron Azure Edition. The Ektron Azure Edition, what it allows you to do is deploy your sites to the Microsoft Azure cloud. And it's going to change the way you, as people are building sites and need to get this deployed, how fast you can do it, how easy it is to do. So think of this. If you were to build a site today in Ektron, you build your staging environment, you build out your site, and then you call your IT department and say, I need to provision some servers in Rackspace or some other place. They have to go up into those servers, install SQL. They need to install a min version of the Ektron CMS system. And then they need to, once that's all done, they can start deploying out to the cloud. But with the Azure Edition, all of that goes away. You don't have to worry about load balancing. You don't have to worry about CDN if you want to really have high scalability type services. Azure Cloud makes it easy so that so let me just walk you through what you need to do. So first you're going to, just like you would if you were going to set up a synchronization to synchronize from Ektron CMS in a staging environment or a development environment to another server, you'd open up and start to configure eSync to sync to that particular area. But this time, you go and you say, I want to sync to a cloud instance. You select that, which is going to walk you through a wizard. It's going to first ask you for some information about the synchronization. You go to Azure, you get your subscription ID from Azure. You then set up how large you want your virtual machine to be. So depending upon the type of traffic you're expecting and what you're trying to achieve, you can select different sizes of an instance. Then you can set up your instance size. How many load balance instances do I want to have? 2, 3, 4, 10, any number. Again, scalability is to the limit. You then say, do I want CDN support? So you give your CDN key, and you click Next. You geographically set, well, where do I want these instances to be set up at? So you'd select where geographically do you want. Microsoft has several Azure locations, and you just select the ones that you want to be running with. So you select that. You then, at that point, your deployment is successful. So now, when people talk about Azure and they talk about content management, the real concept is, your first time you're moving the entire site, the database automatically got set up, so no IT people needed to get involved to do any of this work, and your site's deployed. So within 20 minutes, go get a cup of coffee, everything's up there, everything's running. And now, when you make a template change, when you make a file change, or you edit some content and you change it, can sync from your staging environment within your enterprise to the Azure cloud. It doesn't have to recreate a package, which is the problem that most other vendors have had with the Azure cloud. I got to create the whole package again and redeploy if I make a change. With Ektron, you only things that get synchronized or changed is the things that have changed. You've changed an ASPX file, that's just going to get synced up there. So let's just walk through what does that mean. So first of all, I'm going to come to my Synergy 2011 site, and I want to upgrade it for Synergy 2012. So I'm just going to open up this and put this in page builder mode, edit this page. Then I'm going to go ahead and edit this particular item. So now I've gone ahead and done that, and I've published this. But before I publish this, let's go over to my cloud deployment that we had deployed out there. So this is my 2011 Synergy site. So that's up in the cloud, the synergy2011.ektron.com. Then I'm going to go back over to my staging environment and go ahead and publish this. Everyone stop using the internet so this goes faster. And now we'll go back over to and refresh this page. See, just to prove that things are working here, I refresh the page. Now I need to go synchronize that content over. So come over here and click on our sync to the cloud. And now it's, in this case here, it's synchronizing all database changes, all assets that are related to images and files, just like it would have done with the Ektron CMS if it was syncing to a server that was in Rackspace or some other location. And so this synchronization is just checking everything that's over there. And once this sync is done, which will happen in just a few seconds, then we'll come over to our, which is just completed now, we come over to our site over here. Hold on, we go back to this one here and click refresh, and now we have Synergy 2012 up in the cloud. So a cloud-based website out there. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Tom, and thank you guys very much for being here at Synergy. And Tom?
A live demo that works. That's pretty amazing, huh? Even with the internet, it's sort of... Anyway, that's awesome, right? So 3 new big product announcements: Fast Support, Digital Experience Hub, and Ektron Azure Edition. All will be talked about here at Synergy. So if you have any questions, I'm covering the Digital Experience Hub later today in my session for marketers. If you want to learn how to better integrate and the benefits of integrating Ektron with your CRM, with your marketing automation tools, with your email marketing tools, come to my session. Uday, our head engineer on the Azure Edition, will be talking about the Azure Edition, I believe, tomorrow. I could be wrong, but check the agenda. And we'll also be talking about search support in another session in the developer area. So all these will be covered. Very excited to announce these and share these with you. And we really look forward to, again, continuing to build relationships with you here at Synergy. So with that, we'll wrap up the keynote. Thank you very much for your attendance. We really appreciate having you, and have a great Synergy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bella String Quartet.